Today let's remake Peaches by Justin Bieber in 1 hour. And at the end, you can download the final Logic Pro project for free down below. Stopwatch, 3, 2, 1, go! Our BPM is 90 beats per minute. Create a software instrument, Spitfire Audio, Labs, soft piano, which is free and sounds amazing. And those chords are F7, E minor 7, D minor 7, and then C major 7. Few mistakes, but that sounds lovely. Turn down some velocities to keep it nice and light. Low cut up to 300 say. Pitch shifter, stereo. Mix into the 90s, semitones down 12, so it's down an octave. Pretty messed up sounding. Isotope, vinyl, which is another free plugin. Let's go to 1930s, warp down to 8-ish, and let's turn up some mechanical noise. Some lovely lo-fi hiss. Sounds good, but very quiet. So at the start of the chain, utility, gain. That's good, we're getting there. Reverb, space designer, medium spaces, halls, space reverb. Turn down the wet signal. Oh, this is getting close. 2-finger click on the pan, stereo pan, click it from the bottom and drag it to the top. This way it will act as a mono track, straight down the center. The plan is to keep everything narrow and only high frequencies until we kick in the chorus, and it will add so much punch when we add in more width and low end. Press A to open up automation, change read to latch, move the mix. Our automation here is now controlling the mix. And for the last half bar, let's change the mix from 94 to 30. And don't forget to change latch back to read. Really cool. Change from the mix to volume, and we can bring the volume down because the volume's a lot louder when the mix is lessened. We also need the sound to drop off when the chorus kicks in. That sounds so good. I'm pretty happy with that. 15 minutes, 22 seconds. That took far too long. The pressure's on us straight from the start. Great. New software instrument. Ukulele. Hawaiian ukulele. And just before the chorus, we might need to edit the sound a bit. Strength of 55, Q to quantize, shift, backslash, click on keep, so our notes elongate out to the next one, so it's legato. Cut some low end out of that. Camel audio, CamelCrusher, a free saturation plugin. Let's try the British Clean preset. I like that bit of grit. X to open up the mixer, hold down Option, and copy across the space designer from the piano. Bring down the dry mix. That sounds pretty good. Double click on its pan, stereo pan, drag from the bottom up to the top, and pan this left. 30. Tiny bit of bus reverb, which will option click and drag across our space designer. The bus can be fully wet and zero dry. Bring up the size a tiny bit. That should definitely work. 19 minutes, 13 seconds. That was much better, but we'll need a lot of time for those in the pocket drums. They sound so good. Great. Software instrument, piano, Yamaha grand piano. And in the chorus we have F7, F7, E minor 7, back to F7, E minor 7, and then F minor 7, E minor 7, D minor 7, C minor 7. My playing was a bit messy again, but I think we can make it work. Functions, Midi Transform, fix velocity, change fix to max, and let's say the max velocity we can hit is 95. Select and operate. Command A to select all the notes, shift backslash, select keep, so all the notes are legato. Throw on our bus reverb, number 11, open the tape delay that's already on the track, bring up the feedback a tiny bit, and bring up the wet signal as well. Imaging, stereo spread. Some nice thickness for that piano. 2-finger click on the pan, stereo pan, and let's angle it slightly to the right. I really like that piano. Super ethereal. Option C, color the pianos blue, color the ukulele purple. Beautiful. 25.5 minutes. I need to stop getting carried away. When it sounds like this, it's hard not to listen to. Great. Software instrument, bass, thumb bass. In the chorus, F, 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 E, 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 D, 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 A, C, 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 D, E, F, 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 E, E, D, 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 A, C, 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 A, C, D. I messed up again. Command A, Q to quantize, functions, Midi Transform, fix the velocity. This time fix to 100, select and operate. So our low frequencies are nice and controlled. For the second time round, that first note hits once, so we can delete the second note. Not quantizing to 100% has allowed the bass to keep some life. Distortion, distortion. Only a tiny bit of drive, and bring down the tone a good bit. That's nice. Sound toys, decapitator for the gentlest bit of crunch. You can't help but make the stank face. That is lovely and warm. Option C, red. 33 minutes, 7 seconds. We need to keep moving. Loops, instrument, tambourine, Quincy Tambourine 16th. We can make that work. This is a drummer track. Double click to open the drummer track. Bring down its complexity a tiny bit. And 54% swing. That's pretty good already. Bus reverb. And let's try Nicki Romero Kickstart, which is a €10 sidechain plugin. Mixed to 80. I like that. That's pretty good. 2-finger click, stereo pan. 27 right. Nothing like a tambourine to get you moving. 36 minutes, 28 seconds. That's a lot more like it. Let's keep that up. Create guitar track. Electric guitar and bass. Clean guitar, Brit and clean. And that goes like F major 7, E minor 7, D minor 7, C major 7. Perfect. Got it first time. The last chord was a bit late, so flex pitch, change monophonic to rhythmic, click on the last chord and move it into time. Much better. Flex pitch is so good. Command T to chop it after 4 bars. Command R to duplicate it across. And crossfade those. Perfect. Sounds good already. Isotope, final. To make it a little bit more lo-fi. Take off the dust, bring down the wear, and 4% warp. So it's not doing much at all. Throw some bus reverb on that, and also some bus delay. A tiny bit of quarter note delay, some 16th note delay as well. Turn up the feedback on those, and maybe EQ off some high end. So close. 2-finger click on the pan, stereo pan, and let's put it to the left, around 30 or so, and turn down the volume a tiny bit. I'm really happy with that. Nothing beats a bit of electric guitar. 42 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay, quickly, no time to waste. Create guitar track. This time, amazing Tweed. Let's hope it is. And on the third chord, beautiful little guitar solo to fill out the chords. X to open up the mixer. Option, click and drag across the vinyl. Turn up the wear a little bit. Super, just a little bit weird. Option, click and drag across the reverb as well, so it's on the track. Mix in the dry and the wet. Throw in a tiny bit of bus reverb and our quarter note and 60 note delays. That's super. Go to stereo pan, bring it up to 1 point and pan it to the left. Super. And turn the volume way down. That sounds really good. Option, click and drag across it a second time as well. Command S to save. 46 minutes, 21 seconds. Time to put the pedal to the metal. Great. Software instrument, drum kit, 4 on the floor. I think we can make it work. Our kick and snare go like kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Command A to select all the notes. Strength to 50 and Q to quantize. Option, click and drag the snare for some extra notes. And we can bring their velocities way down as they're only gentle ghost notes. That's really cool. Ghost notes are a great way to make your drum sound more real. Grab all the kicks. Option, click and drag down to the hi-hat foot close and turn down the volume a tiny bit. We also need some closed hi-hat and some of the off beats. Some really nice syncopation here. Syncopation is when the accent is off the beat. Let's draw a few more of those in. Really cool. That gives us so much more groove. And lastly, we need some open hi-hat on the and of 4 in the first bar and on the 4th beat of the 4th bar. We can make those pretty loud. They're really cool. Oh, so much groove. Dynamics, limiter, just to squash some of those huge transients. Distortion, Bitcrusher, to make it a slightly more lo-fi. Bring down the mix, but keep the drive low. A cheeky little bit of bus reverb. Plugins that knock, knock. When it's off and on. Just tiny little mix changes. Command or those drums across and go for fold mode in the Bitcrusher. If you click on drum kit, we can select the individual drum parts, dampen them a bit more and bring down the gain a tiny bit. Much better. Option C, drums, yellow. 53 minutes, 5 seconds. Now the most difficult part. Oh. create audio track using an AKG 414 into my Apollo Twin into Logic. Double vocal first.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. I got my weed from California.
Bit dodgy, but we can make it work.
No.
To tune, double click, flex pitch, turn on, flex pitch, Command A to select the notes, move pitch correction as high as you want, and you can also alter the vibrato. The more you change it, the more robotic it becomes. Try and find the nice middle ground. EQ these double vocals, cut below 100, and dip out some low mids between 200 and 500, so we don't have a big build up of low mids. Command D, one more double.
I took my chick up to the north, yeah. I get my life right from the source, yeah.
We're definitely no Justin Bieber. Tune those as well. Give those a tiny bit of bus reverb.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. I get my weed from California.
Option, click and drag across to the second half of the chorus. 56 minutes, 31 seconds. Okay, last thing. Command D, response vocal A.
Oh yeah, shit. That's that shit.
Love it. That's hilarious. Trim the start and the end. Dynamics, noise gate. So anytime I'm not singing, there's no sound coming from the track. Pan that one, 20 left. Command D. And this one, 20 right.
Badass bitch. Yeah, that's it.
Nailed it. Command D. Pan fully left.
Oh yeah, shit. That's that shit.
Moving back different distances from the mic can add really nice thickness to the BVs. Command D. Pan fully to the right.
Badass bitch. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not sure how good or bad those will sound. Well, we're about to find out because it's time. Boom. Oh. This track has such good vibes. It's important not to quantize as much as possible because all the sounds are so real sounding, especially the drums. They sit in that beautiful pocket. It would sound a tiny bit closer to the real thing if I could sing like JB. Those vocals are so lush, so good. Shout out to my wonderful patrons over on Patreon. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, will we sing the lead vocal live? Are to be rude, not to. Here we go.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. I got my weed from California. I took my chick up to the north, yeah. I got my life right from the source, yeah. I got my peaches out in Georgia. I got my weed from California. I took my chick up to the north, yeah. I got my life right from the source, yeah.
Yes. If you want to learn how to remake more Justin Bieber tracks, you can learn how to remake Hold On right here. It's got lots of great tips that I'm sure you'll find very helpful. So go on, click it. It'd be rude not to. Hope you're doing well. Cheers.